Hello, and here we are for the part 3 of my let's play. I will also do something. I will just I had a long time ago, it's been I think 1 year, I made a video, I made a post on Reddit and on Civ Fanatic, and I don't remember where exactly, but I tried to get as many questions as I could find about deity and what kind of questions people could have to be better, to get better, to learn the game. So what I'm going to do is, the previous video was just the let's play with mostly music and editing. This one I'll be focusing just for the first part. I mean, for this video we'll be focusing on actually answering questions, and it's not really answering questions, it's more like giving tips about how to play deity. So yeah, you can still watch the let's play, but this video will be not about what's happening in the actual game right now, but more about what you should do if you want to play, if you want to succeed on deity and for a domination victory, and you don't really want to use the same road as you usually do when you want to get the victory, because a lot of people that can win deity, they always do the same thing. They go for tradition, and then some of the policies such as rationalism, and they end up going to space. They try to get Venice on the Iceland map, and then they win. And something I find really interesting is people say that deity is not funny because the AI is cheating, is too strong, and you cannot do anything. I think it's not true. I think deity is pretty balanced and not that difficult actually. The thing is, to beat deity, you actually need a lot of time, and you have to reconsider everything you do, and you have to actually learn the game. You cannot win deity because suddenly you become good. You don't get good, you just learn the game. This is not a game you need to be quick, to be very specific, I don't know, just to have like reflexes and be really smart. Even if it's a strategic game, it's not really strategic. I don't feel like I'm a genius when I play Civilization and I beat the AI. I mean, it's very simple, it's straightforward, and that's why I win most of my games. Which will lead to perhaps one of the first question. I had a question about why, because I lost two games. I made an Aztec let's play, and I made a Russian let's play, and no, not the Russian. I lost the Aztec and the Ottoman. Yeah. So what happened when in these two let's play? Well, the first was let's play with the Ottoman, and the thing is, I used how can I say? I did use a setup where I have only Shaka in the game on the Pangaea map, and the problem was one Shaka did snowball during the game, and the thing is, it was really far away without coastal city whatsoever, surrounded by Shaka, and the problem is I couldn't access to him because all the other Shaka hated me, because it's Shaka. Shaka doesn't like you, Shaka doesn't give you open borders, and they see me as a warmonger because I've been attacking the early game and I took his capital because he was attacking me and I couldn't just let it go. So what happened is just, this guy was in the middle and he was slowly swallowing the other Shaka, but I couldn't do anything to stop him. And in my Aztec let's play, what happened is Korea went to not to space, he went to a cultural victory, because basically it did stack up a lot of science, and me like a good boy, like a good dog, I've been attacking everyone, and because I killed everyone, I was alone with him in the game. Well, I was not alone with him. Spain and Siam was still in the game, but I mean, I could have killed Siam, but I couldn't kill Korea in time before he get the cultural victory, because he was going for it. So one of the thing, and the question will start now. The first thing is what the only thing you have to do on deity, and this is the most important. The only thing you have to do to win it for domination 1 is to attack to not be afraid to attack the snowballing AI. If you have Korea, you have Denmark, and you have Spain close to you, and let's say Korea is the biggest AI, but then you have Denmark. Denmark is close and is really weak. It's not doing great. So you could go to Denmark and you could just destroy Denmark. You could kill him and then take his cities. That's fine. You can do it. It's easy. He's really behind, you know. But the thing is, Korea will snowball, and then you will lose the game. So I made a game with the Zulu where I was about to attack Denmark. Denmark again. I have Denmark in every of my game anyway. I was going for Denmark, and then I saw that Russia was really starting to snowball. Then I did go on Russia, even if she was ahead on technologies. This is something you have to know. It doesn't matter if is ahead in technologies, you can still destroy him. Seriously. The only technology that can be a problem if you don't have the same as the AI is actually flight, because flight units will do tons of damage. The AI will have tons of cities with tons of oil, and it will just spam bomber, and it will kill your units and you cannot defend them. But beside this, and even with this, I've been able to beat the AI when he has flight and when I don't have flight. So it's possible, but it's really difficult. It's not easy, but you can do it. So don't be afraid to attack the biggest AI. Don't try to kill the smallest. Yeah, just kill the weakest, then the other weak, then the other weak, and you end up with the strongest, because the strongest will just not care. It will just snowball, and that's it. That's the end. So then there is a question that comes up a lot: is catapult actually good? And that's the thing a lot of people say. And why would I choose catapult over chariot archer or just bowman? I have to tell you, I tried all of them. I tried. You cannot say I didn't try. I tried archer. I've been able to take cities on DT with archer, not composite bowman, archer. So I've been able to take cities and even capitals with composite bowman. With archer it's really hard. I think it's not possible unless you play on marathon. But well, it's not possible, but there is some situation where I've been able to take a capital early in the game with just a spearman or a scout, because the AI was fighting against each other. One of my units was passing by and I just took the city or the capital. I took a Greek capital like this. I mean, it was at war with someone else, or it was maybe the Aztec, I don't know, but one of them, they were at war with each other, and I just take the city in the way. So, and that's something, okay, that's the only way you can do it. But anyway, if you don't do it, then you can choose composite bowman, or then you can use catapult, and then you can use chariot archer. I think chariot archer is the best unit. There is no doubt chariot archer is better than catapult, and it's better than composite bowman, because it's very mobile, it's strong, and it does a lot of damage, and you can get them really quickly and start to use them, when composite bowman comes a little bit later, same as catapult, and it costs less to build. So of course chariot archer are better. But the thing is, chariot archer will not scale. They will not scale. And this is the same for composite bowman. Composite bowman is great, and they do tons of damage in the early game. But then crossbow, they do damage, but not that much. And then comes machine gun, not machine gun, Gatling gun, and that's the problem, because they don't take cities. So you have to go to artillery. And then you're gonna tell me, okay, but then you can just switch and get them. But the thing is, I've been able to win games with just trebuchets, upgrade to cannon. I won game with cannon. The game was over when I got the cannon. I killed the AI. I had games I don't go into industrial era, or I get one tech, or not even one tech. Sometimes I don't even pick any because I don't want to go inside. I want just to prove that you can do it. So the thing is, catapults are not the best to take cities in the early game, or in my opinion, they are the best. But I think it's more simple and it's more easy to actually use the chariot archer. So if you're a new player, you start the game, or you know a little bit and you're scared, then you should use a chariot archer. But then I suggest you quickly to move to catapult. And I have a lot of let's play. I don't tell you watch my let's play and you will learn, but it's actually one of the best way you can actually learn the game. And that's what I did before I play Civilization. I've been watching YouTubers playing Civilization, and then I did find myself trying new things, because I wanted to try new things, not just do what people say, because the YouTuber that plays Civilization, they they tend to do the same thing over and over again. So because I was not winning the game, I tried other stuff and I was not winning more, but I understood more things about the game, and then I learned that you can win in different ways. There is not a single road you have to take to win, and it's not because you pick honor or you pick piety in the early game that you're like hardcore player and it makes the game harder. It's not true. It's actually not true. Most of my game I've been able to win the quickest were with honor, and actually with honor and liberty, and even one of my, I think I have one piety let's play. I don't know how much I have. I don't remember. I have so much games, but yeah, it doesn't mean of course tradition is great, but in my point of view all of them are great. And if we come back to siege units, I think they are the best unit of the game, because if you just have 5 catapults, you can destroy a capital in just 2 turns actually. Okay, you might lose one of them. You can lose one, but okay, what's the, I mean, if you lose one unit but you still take a city, where is the problem? I mean, people sometimes say, no, I'm gonna lose my units, but even if you lose your whole army, but you take a capital, you actually won. It's not a great victory, of course. It's better to save all your units. It's possible actually. I've been able to take 2 capital on deity on standard game pace with catapult upgraded to trebuchet, and to not lose a single unit. And they were defending himself. One of them had a great wall. So it's possible, but yeah, the best thing is to save as many units as you can, but you cannot always do it, especially if the player, the AI is using mounted units. Mounted units is the worst unit you can face in the game. That's the thing. Then I have another question, which was what should be the first technology to research? Okay, and I've seen something already today. Well, today, maybe it was yesterday when you see the video, or 10 years before that. The guy, people usually start with pottery. I actually don't like it. I prefer Annibal's Boundary. Pottery, the only 2 reasons I see you should pick pottery is 3 reasons. You play Venice, and you want to get as quickly as you can the Great Merchant, but I think it's still not. I guess it can be fine. You have a lot of wheat. You really have a lot of wheat. And when I say a lot, I mean like 3 wheat. If you have 3 wheat, then you can rush a granary. It's really good. It's actually really nice. Better than getting a walker, because I usually get a walker before the granary and before, just after the monuments. I do scout, monument, walker. That's what I usually do. Then that's the thing. And then you have the shrine. So the thing is, I don't really try to get a religion because it requires a lot of time to invest for it. You will have to build shrine, you will have to build another shrine in your other city. Then you have to be sure you have a good setup to have those, and the shrine costs money. Money is really important in the early game. 1 gold per turn less. It's really huge. And that's a waste of time, because if you build a shrine in your other city, it's gonna take you like 5 or 15, no, not 5, like 10, 15 turns. It's huge. You could use that time to get a granary, which will boost your growth, but that's for the second city, and the second city will have, you will have pottery a long time ago. So what I usually do, okay, shrine is good if you go piety and you really want a religion. If you just get shrine in the hope to maybe perhaps I'll get a religion, don't do it. Just don't. If you don't have a face pantheon possible, something like this, and you don't play Ethiopia, you don't play as the Celts, then you shouldn't do it. I think Animalist Boundary is great because you can quickly in the early game find horses, and sometimes you have horses in your border, and you can have this boost of production, and quickly you have your walker that can improve it, and quickly you can sell the horses to get money, so you will have a big income in the early game. It's really important, so you can quickly build your things, because sometimes you end up in the early game with a gold deficit, and this will not happen if you do this. that I have someone asking me, what do you think of Rome, Legion and Ballista Rush? And that guy asked me that question 1 year ago, and I didn't, and I said I never played Rome, and I still never played Rome, so I cannot really say that. But I think Rome can be great, because I think Catapult is great, Ballista is a little bit better, so I guess it's a little bit better. But I don't think I've played Rome, but I was about to do a let's play, but then it kind of, well, it kind of dropped somewhere in the way. Then there is something very important, is people asking me how you deal with happiness and unhappiness before ideology. And the thing is, for me, happiness is almost never a problem, and I often even attack the AI when I'm unhappy, because the malus, I don't know if you can say malus, but the damage deficit you get, and the damage increase you get from not being happy, is not actually that big, unless you're really unhappy. But if you're just -1, -2, it really doesn't matter, and people sometimes might have too much happiness that they don't need it. I usually have between, I don't know, -2 and 5. I think it's still really fine. I think you can still do everything you want. Of course, it's not great. The best will be to be at 100 happiness all the time, but this is something you cannot really do unless, well, unless you don't play on deity, and I don't know. But usually, yeah. How you get happiness? Usually, the thing is, depending how you play, because the game is really, you can play the game in so many ways. I cannot cover every way you can play the game and tell you, oh, you should do this and then that. Let's say you don't want to bother with happiness, then just go honor, don't settle a city, build an army, rush one AI, take his city and one of his city and one capital, and you will not have a happiness problem with this. When you finish honor, you go commerce, and that's it. You will, when I do this, I almost never have happiness, an happiness issue. But then if you want to spam cities, or at least have 3-4 cities, then you should go to try traditional liberty, because they give you a lot of happiness. I even found myself using liberty and honor. I go honor and then I go liberty, but I go on the right side of liberty that gives you happiness for the road. I find it quite useful, but it's not that powerful. Anyway, if you don't do this, one of the best way to deal with unhappiness is actually to bribe city-state, and I love doing it. I love bribing city-state. You can watch all my let's play. In the late game, I always have almost all the city-state, or, well, it depends. Sometimes I just wait for a nuke and I skip turns to nuke the last AI and take his city. But the thing is, when I do it, I don't really care about city-state anymore, so I don't pay them. But usually I have all the city-state, and I love having city-state. That's why I love Sweden, because Sweden, you can so easily get all the city-state. It's fairly easy, and it makes the game so much better. It's ridiculous how much easier it is when you do it. Then what's the other way to deal with unhappiness? Actually, I found that when you war Mongolia, you have a lot of generals. You should definitely use them to steal luxuries, even if it's from a city-state, and you will never get that city-state because you need 300 influence to overcome another AI owning the city-state. Then just give up, just steal it. Or another AI you're not friendly with, of course, then you should do it, because it's fairly easy. Okay, I will get another question. I think it's been already very long. Yeah, it's already been 20 minutes. Okay, I will just do one last. I have so many questions. I will pick one, and I think it's... yeah, oh yeah, this one. I talk about it in most of my games, and I think it's really important. It's the thing is, how do you... what ideologies do you actually pick, and how do you know you pick them? Okay, we have freedom, we have autocracy, and we have order. First of all, I don't like order. I think I picked order. I picked order in this very same let's play I'm playing right now, but you will see why I did pick it. But I usually don't. I really dislike order, because it gives you basically, if I remember, because I never pick it, it gives you happiness, great people generation, and more hammers, and then that's basically it. And you can get a great scientist or a great engineer, I think, or both of them, but that's the last policy. It's really crap. I just don't like it. What I usually say, it's very straightforward. It's really simple. You don't have to be a genius to understand that. What I usually say is, if you, in your game, it can be deity, immortal, whatever, if you're fine on science, you're fine, and you don't have problems, you're fine in the game, you're not too behind on science, you're equal to the AI, you should go for freedom. Freedom will give you great people generation, it gives a lot of happiness, and it actually gives you Foreign Legion, and Foreign Legion rush with Foreign Legion plus artillery with Oxford University can just help you to just finish the game, but just completely finish it, and it's insanely powerful, it's insanely strong. But if you're behind, like almost all of my let's play, all my games, not just let's play, but most of my games are let's plays. It's insane how often I'm behind on technologies, but I still win, and it doesn't matter. It makes the game actually much fun, and I win it quicker than I win deity faster than anyone else you can find on YouTube. I'm not saying all my games are really quick. Sometimes they are long because I'm too lazy to finish them. I just skip turns, get a nuke, and okay, that's it, let's end it. But I have really quick victory, and that's the thing is, you have problem with science, you're behind, and the thing is, you have something in autocracy that gives your spy an insane ability to steal all the fucking technologies of the game. It increase by 100% or 50%, I don't know, or double the chance of steal, no, I think it's like something like double the speed your spies can steal technologies. And then before that you have like 20, 40, 25 turns to steal a technology, and suddenly you pick it and it's 5, 10, 15, not even 15, usually it's 5, 10, something like this. It's just insane how you catch up on the AI. Of course, every AI will hate you, but the thing is, look at this. The AI will not like you, but at this point, if you're behind in technologies, it's because you already killed a lot of AIs, or you at least killed 2 AIs, so people already dislike you. So if you steal technologies, that won't change anything. Just keep in mind, bribing the AI to fight each other, it's a really good thing to not get backstabbed. But yeah, so pick autocracy if you're behind in technologies. Or if you just play the Zulu and you want extra experience, or you just want to play it because you want to play it. It's like Order. If you want to play Order because you like it, play it. But if you want the optimal way to play it, the best way, the best is just to pick freedom if you're ahead in technologies, and pick autocracy if you're behind in technologies, and Order if you're communist or you like it. So that's it for this. It's been long, but I think it was good, and I wanted to do it. I didn't want to make a whole video about it. I know it doesn't have anything to do with the current let's play, but yeah, the next one will be, well, it will be voice commentating when I actually play the game. Won't be like this, so we go back to normal. I just wanted to do it, and I think that was the best moment to do it. So thanks for watching, and I see you for the next part.